Just turn the hands, palms forward. Good, and let's just take our right arm down. And let's look for the movement of the left shoulder blade. Okay, can we feel that inner edge of the shoulder blade move towards the back? Which we should be able to feel if we roll the shoulder blade down. So we're looking for the bottom tip. Can we feel it move towards the back? Into the back body. Imagine you were pressing into something with your hand. Okay, so if I press somebody's hand, then they're actually going to do the work from here, which is carrying the shoulder blade into the back body. Can you feel that? So once the shoulder blade is connecting to the back, now we know that there's starting to be some light towards the thoracic spine. Okay? So this arm now becomes the upper arm in standing poses that isn't doing anything. But this is available, and its function is the same thing as if the arm is over the head. That movement of the shoulder blade towards the back is helping us to feel energy in our thoracic spine. And if we make the effort to press the hand and stabilize the front rib cage, then it's connected towards the core. And now just try and feel one other action. Take that shoulder blade towards the back, but now press it towards the hand. So we're creating space between the spine, because otherwise we could just be pulling the arm in. Now create space away from the spine. So the shoulder blade still moves towards the back. It still has contact with the back, so it still has information to offer, but it's not pressing it towards the midline. It's not causing the muscles between the shoulder blades to activate. Let's take this, get the other arm, and feel again. So this is the arm, for example, in Trikonasana that we're looking at. And so again, energetically, I find quite often in these poses is that we're sort of like cut off. Either I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, but I'm able to balance the actions of the core out. Feel the movement of the shoulder blade, feel its presence in the back body to allow the chest to open, the thoracic spine to engage, but without losing the core, and that becomes its available function. And it's a really good one, because it really activates something that's not going to get activated otherwise. So this is another pose that I see all the time. So a lot of external rotation. Yes, this takes the shoulder blades in, but it puts an enormous amount of stress on my inner elbows, especially if I'm a hyperextender, which I am. And it puts an enormous amount of pressure on my outer wrists. Because in the process of taking the shoulder blades in, I've actually taken them too far in. And they've collapsed towards each other, and now my arms are gone in the process, and now my arms are collapsed too. So let's take our hands about 6 inches from the base of the spine. Start to draw weight towards the inner edge of your hand, which is going to do what to the arms? It's going to internally rotate them slightly. Okay? And just let the head of your shoulder come forward where it wants to come. And actually feel like the head of the shoulder now is actually connected towards the front of the body, not just towards the back of the body. So can we maintain that weight on the index finger knuckle? Can we keep the inner elbow soft? But can we now start to use our shoulder blades to open our thoracic spine and open our upper chest without disturbing the arms? Feel that? So if you feel that your shoulders are being pressed back, then you're not holding on to your inner arm stability. And the more you feel the shoulder blades pressing into the back, the more you're getting the benefit of that action. So now let's add the legs. We won't point the toes. Let's flex the feet. And just lift your hips. Now some of you might find you need to walk a little bit further forward, but when we get up, our shoulders, elbows, and wrists should be in line. The shoulder blades are very active towards the back of the body, opening the upper chest and the collarbones. But the hands, the wrists, the elbows are all very stable. But we still have the benefit of shoulder blade being in. And then just come back down for a moment. Just come over here for a moment. Balance helps us to serve the criterion. My only criterion is this. then I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get this, okay? But if I really serve, first of all, the stability of the arms, which is to keep this index finger knuckle down, and to actually keep the elbow slightly soft by drawing the inner elbow a little bit back. That's it. Now, in the process of finding this, you see you've got your arms in back. Let them move forward. Let them connect here. Even more. That's it. That's it. Soft inner elbow. That's it. Okay, now independent of your arms, without letting your arms be pressed back, lift your shoulder blades towards your back. Keep the arms actually rotating inward. So now the shoulder blades, see now they're starting to press back. Hold your arm. Keep this. Keep this. Okay, now you've got both. Don't pull the other arms back. Keep them connected. Now using your shoulder blades to activate your back, but serve the stability of your arms, now press your heels. And start to lift up. But don't let the lifting press the arms back. Keep the arms rotating in, keep the inner elbow soft, and use the shoulder blades to activate the back of your body. That's it. Lift them more. That's it. Still hold on to this. Soften the inner elbow. Okay, now arms are no longer hyperextending. She's got a balance of weight in her hands. Inner elbow down. Shoulder blades are engaging, open up the upper chest, but the arms are stable. And when the action is complete, now we've got shoulder, elbow, wrist in a line. Now if she does what she was doing before, what you're doing before. Okay. Elbows come forward, the head and the shoulders moved off center. Shoulder blades are moving into the back. The arms are really weak and challenged in this position. That's it. Good. Good. And this is the same pose as upward dog. It's like you just jump through an upward dog. Same pose, same movement, same inner grounding of the hand. You know, and it always interests me. I'm talking and talking and talking. What's she doing? She's staying in the pose. What's that telling us? She's a lot more stable, because otherwise she wouldn't be able to stay here this long.
She's happy. It's like, wow, wonderful.
Let's ask her how she feels.
Well,
Just teasing.
you know, I think that if I was telling her, and this, you know, this is a challenge. You know, this is challenging for me. If I'm just talking at great length and she's like sweating buckets and shaking like a leaf, then I'd be disproving my own instruction. But the fact that she's actually staying here, she's strong and stable, like she's at 20 breaths already. This is a hard pose.
Yeah.
But just because she stabilized her arms and using them this way.
But initially when you find this work, isn't it more challenging because you're not just opening up and you're just collapsing into the pose? It seems easier when you're doing it correctly. And then you're doing it this way.
Well, I don't know. I find that maybe it's a little bit easier mentally, but it's actually harder physically.
This way.
No.
The other way.
Yeah. It's easier mentally. You're just doing everything you can possibly do to the max, but you're completely blocked off from the fact that you're suffering in your wrists, you're suffering in your elbows, you're strangling the back of your neck. You know, you're just blocking off all of that experience. And I think that that's what a lot of us do. We just override everything mentally all the time. And that works for a while. But after a while, the body starts to go, I don't know about you. Oh, you're killing me like this, you're killing me. You know?
People become so comfortable in their uncomfortable feelings, they don't even realize they're uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and again, there's analogies to that for the rest of our lives, too. Living in uncomfortable situations, but I'm used to it. You know, it's like the pain or the devil I